I gotta sneeze. I'm ready. Good morning. I have the SPX calls. I'm looking at them right now. I've traded a couple times today, like small in and out trades, but nothing too crazy. What's up, guys? Good morning. I'm looking at this 411 break. I think is going to happen on the SPX. I'm sitting here in only one contract at 340. I'm down $100 today. I think like $80, 76 bucks. But I've only taken one or two contracts. I haven't had much time to trade today, so I'm finally sitting down for the first time to get this going. And I think that this is going to be my big trade of the day. So I'm looking at this break of 411 and then maybe a little bit of a squeeze up. I'm going to keep my stop loss small until I see that confirmation that we're going to go up. I'm only going to hold one. You guys understand the drill by now. I don't really take too many contracts in the SPX because you can see these things get torched real fast. So, but you can make a lot of money on the upside as well. So I'm looking at one entry here. This is kind of the uptrend that I'm watching right now. I would like to see like a 410.50 or maybe like a nice little spike up, but nothing too crazy. Not many breaks you take. I'm watching this 411 rip. So if we can break this 411, I would love to see that. I'm only on one, but I just need to get a feel for the market because I haven't really sat down too much to watch this just yet. A nice little spike there. I'm pretty sure we'll get a nice spike. Only up 20 on the 25 on the trade. Let's see if we can get some more contracts here. As soon as I go live, my stuff starts to lag. So this is why I don't like to play a ton of contracts on here. Makes you want to take the break of 411 when you're normally a bounce trader. I'm already in. I want to see a nice little, I want to add into these on this little trend line here. I want to look for the little bounce around 410.57-ish for this high. I am going to take a peek at this because this is the 410.88 is kind of the high of the day. So I'm looking for that double top action, but the 15-minute chart over here looks pretty good to continue up. If it breaks down on me, I'd probably stop myself out around 270. It'd only be about $70, but we look pretty weak here. If this isn't breaking already, it's not the best sign. I am going to look to get a couple more here, so I am down about $55 on the trade. These are really small entries, so I'm down 148 on the day with this right now, 138. But I am trying to get this as my big trade of the day. Big-ish trade, nothing crazy because obviously the market is so ass today. So looking at three. I missed this breakout this morning, which I'm pretty upset about. I had a call earlier, but not sure how I feel about this. You know, two little breakouts here. I think we could see some higher moves. Maybe up to this like 411 from yesterday. 411.50 looks pretty good to test. I would love to see a nice little bounce. So this is my target. My target I will make green because that's where I'll take my profit. This is that high that I'm looking for. It might reject that 411 too, so we got to be careful of that. And this is probably my stop loss. I'll make this uptrend red. So if it goes below this, I will stop myself out. I'm going to try to buy one more here at 3. Maybe a couple. I might end up going for 5 contracts here. Put a little $1,500 at risk. If I lose about $300, that's okay. But on the upside, I can make a lot more money. It's bouncing a little bit right now. This is my my break zone that I want to see. This is my take profit zone. I'm only in one contract. I'm trying to get another one here at 3. This looks pretty weak to me, so I'm a little bit nervous to add more than 2 or 3. I like the plan. Let's go, baby. Small stop losses always. So this little red candle, this shows me a lot of bullish momentum. You know, we got some bullish momentum, got a little bit of a little bottom Bollinger Band that is always the key for me. And now we're starting to see some consolidation. Usually, I've been playing these a lot too. When I see these massive green candles, massive red candles, massive green candle, I've been loving playing those. I just got in at 3 here, so I have 2 at 320. Got to make sure that I keep my stop loss small in case this plummets down. This SPX is always pretty crazy, so just trying to make sure I don't lose a ton on this. So let's see, $50 each. Maybe I'll lose $100 on this trade. I'd be down about 200 on the day if I set my stop at 270. But on the upside here, I think on the breakout, we could be making like $200-300 a contract. I'm waiting for this little bit of a bounce. I might add in one more here. If I can get that red line tap at that 410.50, that's huge. Looking a little weak though. Not loving that. Trying to get a third there. If it doesn't bounce here, I'm going to stop out. So I have 3 contracts riding right now, and I'll stop myself out 3 contracts times 4, so it'll be about 120 loss. So I'll lose 120 on the trade if we end up breaking down below that line. But on 3 contracts here, if we can start to rip, that could be well over $600 gain. Sherry, welcome to the chat. This is the game plan. The red line is my stop loss. I would lose $120 on the trade. It looks like that might happen. It looks like we're starting to lose some steam. Not a lot of volume here. But a push to this yellow line is what I'm looking to test. I might sell 1 or 2 there and then let 1 ride to the green. But stop loss right here at this red line. Sitting right here at 270. Looks like it might hit me there. So I might end up moving this up just a little bit to 275. Be about $35 a contract. Be about $105 loss. Had about $900 at risk, $100 loss. I will take that. It is chopping, so be careful. One little spike down will stop me out. Just looking for one quick trade today. I do have a lot of calls today, so I just wanted to hop on here to just show you the opportunity. The only reason I'm playing this is this bullish green engulfing candle. Had a nice little spike up, but this uptrend seems to be holding intact. So I don't know if anybody's playing this, but these are the 4130 calls in the SPX. You can see that down here. My call side, you can always tell what I'm playing by looking at the C4130. If it's put side, you'll see a P in front of whatever strike that I have. So I'm only in 3. I've only taken 1 trade today, and I'm down a little bit today. I'm down $80, but this will put me down $200 if it breaks my stop loss. Just looking for some bullish momentum, and we're not really getting that. We're getting the chop phase, so could get stopped out easily. Just looking for one nice little trade, and then come back for power hour and try to push this to my goal of $500 to $1,000 a day. But if I had to start out down 200, then I'll have to be more strategic later on this afternoon. But like I said, a ton of calls for me today, so just looking for one quick trade. Would love to see this pop in, up 75 on the trade, 8%. Just want to see a nice little bullish engulfing here. Right up to that yellow line, I'll sell 1 or 2 of them. I might push this up. I'm going to follow my stop loss up just in case it starts to sell down. So I'll mitigate my risk here. So now I have $90 at my stop loss. It might hit me because it's not catching any volume here. I like to see the green candle, but I want to see some more action here. We've gotten the consolidation sideways. Now it's time to move. It's right at that uptrend, so we're either going to see a large sell-off. If you're on the put side, I don't blame you either because it is kind of weak with the volume. I might end up getting stopped out here pretty soon. Yeah, it looks like I got stopped. So I'm gonna lose $90 on this trade as well. Yeah, it just broke down below that. Sad day. Sad day. So transparency, down 186. So literally nothing. Down 186 on the day. Still waiting for a good opportunity. It doesn't look like I have one really. So far, it looks like this is going to break down. There's just no volume right now. The only other thing that I was watching is NVIDIA. This had a nice little cup and handle on it, but it broke down, obviously, so staying away from that bad boy. This could have some nice downside as well. You still got your agency going? Yeah. The agency is, I'm looking to sell that or maybe take it public at one point, but we're blowing up. The one thing that I want to pay attention to the most is you notice that I got stopped out there, $30 a contract, which is $90. But on the opposite end there, that could have made about a $400, $500, $600 gain on this yellow to green line. So it's always about risk management for me. Even if this bounces right now and runs up, I don't care, right? Because I had my stop loss and I might be upset that I missed it. But if I keep my stop losses small like that every time, ultimately it's one of those times that I have those 3 contracts and I make 500 bucks. That's going to outweigh my losses 5x. So every time you go in a trade, make sure it's at a really good entry. Make sure it's at a risk reward ratio that's adaptable to whatever you can do. But as of right now, this is just really choppy. I was waiting for this little bounce. It looked like this uptrend bounce could push it. It still could push it, but I'm going to stay away from it for now because there's literally no volume in this whatsoever. So I don't really see which direction it wants to go. And until I see some action, which is probably around that 1 o'clock mark or that 2 o'clock mark, those are usually the best times to trade. For me, at least. Recently, they have been. The mornings are good, but if you're playing the SPX, you understand how much these. It's just like a easier way to identify these moves. So I don't know. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I might actually end up going back in this in a second. If this can come back down to this level, I might take a bounce play. The only reason I say this is because the 15-minute chart, I guess that looks ugly as hell too. 30-minute? 30-minute looking like a little bit of a rejection. That's over here as well. I'm going to switch this to the 15-minute. This might go to the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart looks pretty bullish. This green line is off of yesterday's little rejection at 411.50. So that's what I was looking for. I don't have enough volume for that. As you can see, these little stair steppers of volume, there's like nothing going on. Yeah, so I don't really see too much. I don't want to keep risking capital if it's not going to work, but down 186 to start, mostly on the SPX. I had a break-even stop on NVIDIA earlier. But I've had 2 stop outs on SPX, but that's okay because those can easily be made back up. So anytime you see me lose, it'll be very, very small. The gains add up way faster than the losses do if you keep your stop loss around $30, $40 each. Why do I want to get these calls? I really feel like this is going to explode at some point, but it might take a while to get there. Looks like a pretty big chop day. I know Thursdays are usually the best days to trade, in my opinion at least. Ooh, we got a third tap here on Tesla. It's only about 70 cents. What kind of percentage do you usually go for? About 15 to 20 to 30% usually. Tesla just broke that uptrend. I don't know how I feel about a lot of these stocks today. They're just moving very slow. Meta did its thing today. I was waiting for that 218 break yesterday, and it did it right away this morning. And now it's just kind of chopping away. I was looking for that 220 resistance, got to 219.70, 77, and now I'm staying away from that. Those are my goals yesterday, if you remember me trading them a little bit, but this thing has just been slowly chopping up for a long time. I cannot believe it's this high from 88. That's ridiculous. But Tesla could be a decent trade here. We got a bearish engulfing pattern here. Most likely tomorrow, we're going to see a nice sell-off, in my opinion. Just the way that the market is set up right now. We got to see how this closes today, but it looks like there's just like this nice inside candle setting up on this bear. Usually this is a bullish sign, but if we can start to sell off and this goes red today, there is no reason that we would be bullish tomorrow. I hate that I'm lagging so much. Yeah, I don't like this. I usually only like to trade the Bollinger Bands here, but I've been trading this inside area a lot lately. I should probably stop doing that. Tesla on the breakdown, that looks pretty good. Meta, not so much. Microsoft, the whole market's kind of up today, and most of the time it's just like Microsoft, Apple, Amazon that hold this bad boy up, and we're just chopping right now. Meta puts might be good here. I don't know if I like the meta puts, to be honest. I don't know if anybody's looking at anything right now. I don't see much. Meta could start pulling its way down, but when you see Bollinger Bands this tight, I don't really like that, especially when this has only moved 50 cents each direction for the last 40 minutes. I don't know if that's a good idea, unless you play some further out expirations, but definitely not for tomorrow. You wouldn't really get paid too much unless the market starts getting destroyed. And we are going so slow. I'm going in on 3 contracts here just with the momentum. If it goes back against me, I'll stop myself out. Like another, I'll go 255. I'll lose another $75 here. But I think that this is going to be that spike just because of this hammer candle. Now I'm going to move this up to $15 a contract, so only 45 bucks at risk here. I'm looking for a nice trade here. I want to see this yellow test really bad. I feel like this 15-minute chart is decent. Decent-ish. I'm going to push this stop loss up to 270. We're up 30 a contract. I have 3 contracts riding on the 4130s. So I'm up 75 bucks. Nothing crazy. I'm just trying to get break even so I can have a good, decent trading day. All right, now my stop loss is $5, so I'll lose about 30 bucks on the trade, $15 to $30 depending on where it stops me. If this continues, this will be a good trade, but I don't see a lot of volume, so I'm gonna probably break even on this trade. I'll put this up to 280 again. So I have money at risk, but there's literally no risk on the trade. I might lose like 15 or $30 if it goes below me really fast, but now I have like no risk on this trade. So I like to go with the momentum and try to time it perfectly so then I can move my stop loss up. So now that there's 0 risk, I'm going to get stopped out because there's no volume. I was looking for some volume spike in this, but it didn't come through. So you see my stop loss here at 280. Stopped me at 275 just because options contracts, there's not a lot of volume on them sometimes. So I ended up losing 15 bucks, but decent trade on the pop-up is what I was looking for. So now I'm down 201. Could have taken the 75 bucks, but I was really looking for this breakout, and now it just completely reversed. These little chop sessions, especially in the SPX, definitely not a good place to play. So risk management is all I'm educating on right now because we're not making any money. This looks like a nice sell candle, but it's just chopping. It's not, there's no opportunities. I'm trying to force something here. I'm trying to get something to go, but it's just not working. Tesla, when you break these uptrends, I've told this a million times, when you break the uptrend, you usually see the test and then the reversal. So same thing with a downtrend. You like to see it'll be in a downtrend, it'll bounce on it. I don't know how to describe that right now without showing it, but this uptrend on Tesla, if you see the breakdown, wait to buy puts on the retest of the downtrend. You could always set your stop loss pretty small right above, but on the pullback, you'll make a lot more money if you wait for that trend line test. And this is so ass. All of this is so ass. But bank earnings are going to be real interesting tomorrow. I think they will be good for the quarter, but guidance will probably be bad. I think that everybody understands that the banking crisis is really bad, so I feel like the expectations are awful. And then when they come out, they're probably not going to be as bad as everybody is warranting. So I don't know. Let's take a look at their daily charts. I would have to take a look into some of their financials as well. But some of the big banks like JP Morgan or Chase Bank, like I don't really see why they would take a hit. They cut all their losses for the investment banking field because they're obviously taking a hit on the investing branch. So by cutting employers, they have more money on the balance sheet. Oh shit. Morgan Stanley. A lot of these banking stocks are real beat up. That's for sure. Just be careful that these aren't priced in. Don't go in because you see the news telling you that banks are going to collapse and they have earnings and it's going to look really shitty, because it could for sure. And oh my God, Goldman Sachs actually might be a good opportunity for the downside. Maybe around like the 310-ish area. The banking collapse started around here, and this was like 350-ish. So it's only down 20 bucks from that high. I don't know. Could be pretty decent. I would just be careful on the banks. I'm sure that these implied volatility percentages are crazy right now. Let's take a look. And they're not. So they're not expecting a big move on these. I don't know if anybody else is, but these earnings plays, 35% for this week. I'm sure next week's are when Goldman Sachs is. Who's having? Does anybody have any banks that are reporting tomorrow? Name one, and then we'll look at it. If you can name one, I'll look at it. But I don't have the earnings calendar in front of me. What are your main stocks you trade other than SPY? NVIDIA, Tesla, SPX. Do banks have an effect on gold futures? Not really. JP Morgan is one of them. So, all right, so let's take a look at this. Gold will move if the banks are about to collapse, right? If they're showing some bad signs, it'll show like people are trying to throw some money in some safety nets like consumer staples or gold like that, or energy. SPX is down here on my bottom right. But I look at the SPY because there's more data. Where is JP Morgan? I don't even know where it is on my watch list. I'll just type it in the old-fashioned way. JP Morgan is expected 72%. Okay, so this is pretty good. The premiums are pretty ass, but the way you calculate this is you take the bid plus the ask on, you basically take the bid-ask spread, so in the middle, at the money call versus at the money put. You add them together, divide it by 2, and then you can figure out what their implied move is. So they're implying this to move 72%. So if I calculate this for you, 128, where's it at? 128.50. So these are probably about 195. 1.95 plus about 1.99 divided by 2. So they're expecting this to move $1.97, which is quite a bit. So this has to move over $2 after hours in order for anybody to make money, or you get IV crushed. So implied volatility percentage is about 72%. So they're expecting a 72% move on these contracts. And if you calculate it out, they are actually implying that the stock is going to be moving about $2 for anybody to make money. So JP Morgan has to move $2 here to make any sort of money. So it needs to be above 130.47 or below 126.46, which is very possible. But if you look at the daily chart, JP Morgan doesn't move very much. Like this looks like a pretty big move, 130 to 127. This massive move that you see on the daily chart is $3. So if you're looking for a big return on these, I doubt you'll get it, especially when it's down here near this. If it goes down to this low of like 123, that's about a $5 move. You make a pretty good chunk of change there. You might make about 40-50%, but with all the headwinds and the calculations in this, I would never play that earnings play. Never. What do you see on MetaChart? It's been on an uptrend or a month. What do you see? At what point do you see a reversal? Those things they're really hard to determine on those. Like Meta is very similar to NVIDIA, where it's just been this slow chop up. I don't know if I would try to time a reversal on this. If you think that it's overvalued, then I would probably play. I mean, its earnings is right around the corner, so you're gonna see a real dive into this. And if you think it's gonna get worse, I would buy some 3 to 6 months out expirations on the put side. And how much am I down today? $200. So ass. Had a nice little $800 day yesterday. I think we had a $500 day before that. Another $500 day before that. And today's Thursday, so we're having a decent week. I haven't really made too much on this live trading account, but that's about $1,800, $1,600 on the week. Need to be better. Need to make that. I'm going to try to get this account to be averaging about 10K a week here pretty soon. Once I see the volatility come back, this is also looking bullish again. I want the break. I don't know. I think I'm just going to keep getting stopped out of this, but I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep getting stopped out. even 15, 45 bucks until it breaks, and then I'm going to take these 4130s. They're 330 still. 310. What were they before? I got stopped out earlier at like 265. These little dirty bastards, they're going to go. It's going to push up for me, isn't it? It's just been consolidating for a while. And then this is the top. This is the high of the day of 410.89. So I don't know if it wants it, but let's draw this uptrend for us real quick. Oof. I don't know. I don't know which way this is going to go. I want it to go up. I feel like it's going to break this yellow line, then that green line. But I don't want to keep getting stopped out of these. It's too choppy. The SPX always stops you out. Is somebody getting their ass beat outside? I don't know what that noise is. I don't know how I feel about these guys. I feel like we could probably break out. See if we can get a couple cheap ones. I'm going to go in small, start scaling in one at a time so I don't feel so overwhelmed in the chop. Give me one at 3. Come on. You guys can see how much I lag on these, right? It's crazy. I bought one at 310 here. Just one for now until I see this little action. So same concept here. We now developed a new red or uptrend. So I'm going to what the hell is that noise? You guys hear that? Sounds like somebody's getting jumped out there. I'm not going out there either. I'm in a trade. I'll help them later. But look, this is my new uptrend that I drew from here. This will be my stop loss. I'm only in on one. This is why my risk management is so good, is because I keep the stops very, very small. And it's very choppy, so I'm kind of forcing it. I'm only in on one contract, so this isn't going to be a massive, entertaining trade. The only time it's going to be entertaining is when I can see that squeeze to this green line, which is what I'm expecting to happen. I feel like it's going to chop for a while, and then we're going to see this massive green candle similar to this shit, and then these contracts will go up like 300 a piece. I'm on calls on SPY. I'm looking for this trend line test once more. If it breaks below it, then I'm just going to cash out and call it a day, or at least call it a morning, and I'll come back later on. I have a couple calls starting at 11:45, but I will be back around 1-ish, and then can stay till about 3. So I miss the volatility. Back in 2020, 2021, the volatility was so much better. You could basically be in, be out, 10 contracts, be in, make your day. Like, you could do that today too, but it's just a lot harder. It's not as like, oh shit, this is where I need to get in. Too much chop. Way too much chop. The 15-minute chart doesn't really show me much of what I want to see, but maybe this 30-minute does. 30 minutes showing me a little bit of love. I feel like that 411 is just going to be tested, which is fine by me. That's still about $80 a contract, most likely. It's chop. It's just chopping. This is probably one of those days where you just have to scalp in and out instead of holding. Holding is just going to shred you. I don't know. I don't think maybe it's not meant to be today. Maybe the volume is too low. We are about to test that trend line again. Here it is. Here's the test. I either get in right now at 280 for a little bounce. Oh. I just said 300. I don't know what's going on. Looks like it's trying to catch some sellers there, but I just want to see some more action on the time and sales. Just like 38 to buy, 1 to buy, 6 to buy. This is just, there's no volume here. Usually you'll see, oh, that's not good. 1200 to sell, 1200 to sell. Not looking good, guys. I'm only in on one contract, so it's not going to be anything significant, but this just looks pretty trash. Just broke this uptrend, so this is where we would probably see that rejection level, like I showed you on Tesla. But this is just too choppy to even like determine any piece of that. If you wanted to go on puts, I wouldn't even be surprised, but I think that we might just chop regardless. I'm going to get rid of that line just because it's kind of messing me up. I don't really see much opportunities here at all. Could start to break down. I do see on the daily chart, potentially, if we start catching sellers, that this could end up reversing and having a nice little red candle to the downside, down to like 407, which would be nuts. That'd be a huge sell-off. But it's going to make that determination whether it's going to be a massive red day or a slow chop-up day here in a little bit. I don't want to miss that because I know it's going to be around noon. You're going to see real big candles coming through, which is why I only have one contract over here. I want to see the confirmation of the breakout before I start adding to my position. So I'm flat right now. We did just break down below that trend line, and then I came back above. It's trying to come back above. 30-minute looks pretty bullish to me too, but there's absolutely no volume. It's only 6 minutes in, but still, it's crazy. 22 million on the SPY, so a little bit better than most days, but still just ass this whole week. Yesterday was all right, though. There's a lot of volatility. Yesterday we had volume. We had normal volume. Every day has been less than, on average, it's 96 million in volume every day, and it has not been that at all recently, so still waiting for this opportunity to push up. I'm not going to make a lot because I'm only in on one, because there's just, every time it's done this, it just chops sideways. I'm looking for that squeeze. Hopefully I can get it here. There we go. There's a little push. 411 might be a pretty tough resistance point here in about 1 second. I'm up $50 on the trade. I feel like I should probably just take the scalp. Yeah, it's rejecting that 411. So that yellow line is definitely a really key resistance point. If we break that, we will run to that green line at 411.50. This one might be tough to crack, though. So I might just have to take my 50, $60. I'm gonna take my $60. I'll be down 140 on the day if it'll stop me out here. Would love it to get me out at 370. I don't know why it's not selling yet. Yeah, there's no volume in this shit. Holy hell. I just tried to get out 4 different times. There's a lot of volume in these contracts right now, but nobody is purchasing them. It looks like everybody was taking profit right there. That is so trash. This is really brutal action. I think I'm just going to probably hop out of this, be down about 180 on the day, 190, and call it a morning for now at least. I'll come back and look for a better trade where I can actually put some size behind something. There's just no volume, no volatility. It's the worst. This is a trader's worst nightmare. She's trying to get those legs. We did test that first yellow line, so that's a good sign that this is a good sign of resistance. We broke high of the day. I feel like it's starting to fade off over here on the time and sales too, so maybe I'll just try to get out 3.50 here. See if it sells for me. Should have already. I don't know why it hasn't. It's up to 410.90. There we go. So I'm up to 1. I'm still down on the day, 1.60 or 160, my bad. I will come back for power hour to try and make a better trade. There's just no volume, and I can't force things, so even though this was a nice little pop, it only moved 30 cents, so I'm not going to make a ton of money off that. I was looking for the squeeze. It still might squeeze. It's probably going to squeeze since I sold it, but I don't know. I don't see a lot of volume, so it's hard to play. Looks like it's trying to push up above this 411 mark. 411 is huge. I always watch this time and sales to see if it can come through or not. As soon as I see that 411 like 05, I know it broke through, and that's when I'll start to join the asking price to sell. But these are the two lines. This is my target. The green line is really from yesterday's high. I could take a put contract here at this 411 if I wanted to, and then have the stop above it. And this Bollinger Band's about to test it, so honestly, that might be all right. But it does look like it's trying to become bullish, so I don't know if I want to play that. Could try. That might be one of the better opportunities here since I am a reversal trader. Everybody understands that, I feel like. 41. Let's not do that. Let's do a put contract, 41 10s maybe. Let's see how much those are. 340 a piece. Could be pretty good. It's at this 411 mark, like exactly. I could set a stop loss at this mark, 411.09. I feel like it's trying to break that yellow line first. So on this break, I might take a put. Just because it'll be at this Bollinger Band. It is in an uptrend, but I don't know if I like this. Here's the uptrend. I'll expand it a little bit. Just broke above it a tiny touch. See if it can push one more time to 411 like 10. 411.05, 411.06. I don't know. I don't even want to see what those calls would have been. Probably like above 400 at this time. At this point, I just have no patience for these types of moves. I'm gonna try to go in here on a put contract. I got filled at 320. Just one for now, because I do have this green target, but I am playing this red Bollinger Band for a reversal. I feel like we just broke that 411 mark. If there's a ton of sellers here, they'll start destroying this. So I'm only in one. Probably should buy a little bit more, but there's that test of that Bollinger Band, then a pushback. So we might see some buyers try to fight this back above 411, or at least chop this till this goes sideways. But these contracts were just worth 450, so could be a nice little 120 a piece. I'm trying to keep it above 411. It looks like the buyers do have it, and they're trying to keep it up there. I might go one more contract and keep the stop loss small. I am fighting an uptrend, so I don't think that this is just going to reverse right away. This bullish engulfing is usually a pretty good sign that it continues, but I hate how this Bollinger Band is pointing straight down. It's usually a pretty good sign that this is at the top. I'm going to grab one more at 3.20 here. I'll keep my stop loss pretty small, around $60, maybe 55. I'm in 2 at 320. Very small trading. Only have a $640 at risk here. Could easily be making, $100 a contract if this starts to reverse. It's at this Bollinger Band. I love reversal trading more than anything. We did break above this first yellow line target. I feel like it would take a lot of volume to push up to this level. And I feel like since we got here, there's going to be sellers stepping in at that 411. So I'm up 30 a contract or 20 a contract right now. Still down on the day. Haven't seen a massive opportunity just yet, so I haven't been putting a lot of size on anything. But I feel like this is a good reversal point, at least for now. I could scalp this, take my $80 that I'm up. $60, I'm up 10%. Still down on the day. I hate being red. So I'm just trying to get to my point where I can be positive, and then I'll take some more risk on. So I'm up 70. I'm up 10%. It's a decent trade. I really want to see this plummet, but I don't know if we're going to get to that point. So I'm going to try to take $50 a contract here at 370. I'm just going to sell one of them. It's not trying to get down to that point, though. Doesn't look very, very bullish on the 30-minute. 15-minute would confirm that for me. I'm fighting the uptrend, just so everybody knows. So this is it's dangerous territory. There's a lot of volume here, but that's usually the push through. That rejection candle looks pretty good. I don't know if anybody's playing this or not. It's not going to be the biggest trade in the world, but good entry point, good sell point here. This might start to push up. Just got to be careful. Still has this uptrend. So I have one sell sitting at 370 if it wants to get me out, but these Bollinger Bands are getting so tight. I don't really know which way is this about to go. Feels like down, but we are in that crazy uptrend still. 15-minute does look bullish. It could go back above that 411 price. I do have this target of 411.50. I hate that I'm going to probably end up taking a small gain or a very small loss on this. I might take $40 here on one contract. It's just too choppy, guys. There's not like much opportunity. So I'm up 70, just took one contract profit at 360 here. There's the pull down that I wanted. See if we can break this downtrend. Take a little bit of risk on this one. I could set my stop loss break even here at 320. Yeah, it's gonna go. I feel like it keeps bouncing on this downtrend or this uptrend. But this Bollinger Band, I'm telling you, this could be a sign of a reversal. If it gets below this line, this could plummet down below 410.50. Would be a nice little $100 a contract. I'm not playing too much of it because this 15 still looks bullish and I have a target of 411.50. I'm just playing that Bollinger Band. I hope that makes sense why I'm playing this. These Bollinger Bands, they like to stay inside of them. Every time they're outside of them, you'll see some consolidation on the inside. So if it squeezes, then it squeezes, but at least I'm in the profit as of right now. I could set my stop loss at 320 break even because it does kind of look like it's about to gear up to go to this most recent high. I'm setting my stop at break even at 320. Could be a waste of time here, but at least we made like $30. Yeah, it's gonna stop me again. Damn, this has just been ass. I'm down $100 on the day. Still, I will look for a good trade later. I just haven't been able to get on the right side of one. I missed the best move today, being on a call, and now I don't think that I'm gonna get too many moves until at least 2 o'clock. So we'll wait. I'm still in this. We'll see what happens. Nothing looks good to me, especially my basket of stocks that I trade. Tesla, all sideways. Nvidia sideways. Meta hasn't moved in like a year. Melly's pretty good. Melly's an insane stock to trade. I would never trade that if you haven't traded it before. Yeah, I'm just kind of chilling, waiting for this trend line to break down, but it looks like this is consolidating to go sideways, and then we'll probably test this 411.50, but I think it's going to take a long time to get there, so that's about all I got, guys. There's no volume, so I can't force it. I wish I could. If I could throw $10 billion in the market right now, I would do it just so you guys could make money, but not seeing a lot of moves. All I'm playing right now is this downside for this trend, but not a lot of money to be made so far. $30 a contract. I'm up 10%, still down 90 on the day. No reason for me to put a lot of size in something that's not moving. There's a lot of volume at that 411 mark, but we did get rejected. You guys now see that I have zero risk on this trade. There's a $320 at risk, but my stop is at 320, which is my average. So I'm up $60 on the trade. I want to see this break below, and it is now. Thank God. Let's go. Let's see. See if we can make $80 on this. Ooh, doesn't want me out. Now we might see the bounce again. There we go. Boom, it ended up working out. Ended up making 120. So I'm still down 50 on the day, but we made back 150 on the day. Not bad. Not a lot of opportunities. So even though it was a decent trade, there was only 2 contracts at risk with very minimal risk down on the downside. Still not not the best trade, just because there's no movement. When you see these Bollinger Bands this tight, you're not going to get a very big move. So, Rico, did you take that with me? Now here it goes. I sold at 4. It's at 420. Could start to break down. This could be the big sell-off now that it's below this trend. $440. Damn, missed out on a little bit. Could have been break even, and I could have been able to take a nice trade. Let's see if we can push this positive though. These Bollinger Bands are going sideways, so we're gonna start to see a real breakout to that green line, or a real breakdown to this 410 level. So this is a nice support line of 410.25 for sure, but I kind of like these ones a little bit better down here, 410.10. To the left. I have a call in about 10 minutes, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to be break even today. I'll take it 20%, scaled out half too early, but last exit 20%. Good shit, man. The only reason I took that was this Bollinger Band. They hate to break out above these Bollinger Bands unless there's a squeeze, and I did not see a squeeze coming with 0 volume here. And I missed out on an extra $60. Make that 70. Damn. Hindsight is always 20/20. It's like, why did I not buy 10 contracts, and why I could have been up $2,000 right now? But yeah, damn. Always tough. Always tough. This 15-minute chart does look pretty shitty now. I didn't think I had enough volume to break out, but I did get out very early. I sold $100 a contract too early. Nice little dip buy here. These little Bollinger Bands are keep throwing this thing around a little bit. I feel like this could be a nice little opportunity for another put contract. Now that we're bouncing off this level, I do see that 411, but we did break this downtrend. Remember when I said we break the downtrends and then we retest them? So here it is. Watch for this retest, and then I might take a put at this level. It's like right around this 410.70. I might take one right now, actually. Now I'll wait for it to go green. It's a pretty big buy candle, so be careful that this doesn't just completely push green and start squeezing. So it's at 390 here. They were just 500 a piece. Nice little hammer candle. It's pretty stupid to buy a put contract right now. Now that this Bollinger Band's starting to, looks like it could fade this way. 410.60. I'm feeling a put contract, but things are starting to shape up to the call side, I won't lie. Oof, 410. Come on, do I do it? Do I not do it? Last trade of the morning for me. I'm either going to get stopped out real fast. It's only going to be probably one contract again because there's no volume. See if we can make our $50 back. Let's just go break even on the day so I can actually have a good afternoon when I can be full focus, and I feel like there's going to be a lot more volatility later on today. And it didn't fill me. Missed it by $10. Bastards. That's all right. I would have made my money back. Would have been up $10 on the day, which is always a win to me when I can come back from a very choppy loss day. Would be cool to be up 1,000 or two, but I wimped out and didn't do too many call or put contracts up here. That hurts a little bit. They're at the 5. This looks like it's starting to trend on the downside, too. This could be a big sell-off day. I want everyone to realize that real quick before I hop off this. Just make sure on the daily chart that you just pay attention to this. I've seen this happen a million times. You see a big-ass red day, right? Then we kind of have all this, like, alternative artificial buying, and then this will completely sell off, and you'll see a red candle very similar to a shooting star candle like this guy right here. If you see something like that happen today, these put contracts could pay, salaries. And I'm lagging like such a bitch right now. It's going to be really hard for me to try to trade a lot more contracts while live for you guys because I just lag like crazy. But I feel like you guys don't really care about how many I trade. It's more about the entry and exit points. So, all right, there's a little bounce. I think it's just going to chop back and forth here. And I got a call in about 4 minutes. So I might have to hop off here. I'm still down $50 on the day. Hopefully you caught that little drop. Wasn't much of a drop, but this Bollinger Band reversal was a good trade. I missed the biggest trade of the day so far, which was this spike up. It was pretty easy to determine too because it was playing off of this uptrend right here. And then this high of the day mark right here around that 410. That break was so easy to play, but I missed it. Caught this a little bit. I'm still down on the day, but I will turn that into some good. Oh wait, I have a resting order right here. Let's get rid of that. No. It just got me. Damn, and it's going to start to squeeze up, too. That hurts. That hurts. I'm going to lose an extra $50 on accident. All right, well, we're down $100 on the day, and we're going to make that back. We are going to make that back. I just tried to cancel that, and it got me right away. That hurts. This is going to start squeezing up a little bit, probably towards that 411.50 green line that I had drawn earlier. Now that the Bollinger Bands are sideways and not pointing at you, it looks like it could slowly start trending upward. I cannot believe that I just got hit on that. This looks bullish now too, so could go above that 411, that 411.50. I got to get out of this. I just don't want to take a loss, but sometimes you have to. That is so ass. I just tried to cancel it too. $411 reject, traded the wrong way when you're going live again. I cannot believe that I just took a loss on that on accident. All right, we're down 90 on the day. Down 90 on the day. I'm going to come back. I'm going to make that green, but no opportunities as of right now. I do see the call side, the upside, but when you see things chopping like this big-ass green candle's 40 cents, I'm not making any money today. Literally no point. There's no way and no reason to force it. If there's no trades, then just don't do it. Like I said, all the time, I know a guy that literally takes like 4 or 5 trades a year, and he puts like massive size on it, and that's his job. Once he sees the perfect entry, he'll take it, and then that's it. But that's all I got. I got a call in 2 minutes, guys. Wish me luck. It's a big call. And that's all I got. Sorry it wasn't as eventful as yesterday or the day before, but called it a nice little trade up here at the top. Wasn't the biggest trade, but it did print about $100 and so a contract. This looks like it's about to squeeze up to that 411.50. So if you want to take that, this is really bullish. I don't see this pulling back anytime soon. Yeah, that's it. So good luck on the day. It's terrible out here today, so don't waste your life away looking at the screen. Go do something fun and then come back when there's more volatility. Looks like the volatility is starting to ramp up a little bit though, but that's all I got. You're welcome, man. Torn Trader, you are the man. I'll be here more often. I just got to figure out when the best, I don't even know like how I can do this. I'm going to have to get like an Ethernet cable or something because I lag like crazy when I'm on this. So I'm going to figure it out. I'll be back on around 2 o'clock. I got a call at 3:30. So yeah, I'll be on around like 1:45. But I'll be back after this call in like 2 hours. Good luck today, guys. I didn't do so well. I'm still down $90, but that's basically flat. I'll try to put some more size on here at the end of the day so we can make some good money. And then we'll go about our days. See you guys later.